I fight them, what I have in my hand, I can fight them. We fight them by knife, by guns if we have in our hand, by preparing a bomb, by preparing things that what we have in our hand we can do. We are not mafia to use a big gun, or we don't have any kind of money to buy. So we fight them in what we can find in our hand. I hate them because I saw many Jewish killing the Arab. There is many soldiers, I saw them in my eyes killing them. By gun, by knife even, and by beating them. So when you see the Jewish people killing our brother or our friend, of course you will hate them. There is no love when you see this kind of things. They don't show me a love from the part of Jewish side, so I can't show them love from my part. Because there is no love, there is no connection between me and them. Hatred between us.
I thought that good Palestinians is dead Palestinians. I vote for a rabbi called Kahana that is against the Palestinians. He wants to throw the Palestinians outside the countries or to kill them. They make a lot of terrorist attacks in Israel, and a lot of my friends was in the army and was killed by Palestinians or by Arabs, and a lot of friends get killed into terrorist activity. So it's only natural that you'll see them as your enemy.
We are now here in the Christian Quarter Road, in the end of Christian Quarter, near Newgate. And this houses, or this room, we use it for the scout. But from outside, it's a scout, but from inside, teaching, preparation the boys, young boys, how to prepare the bomb, how to use the knife to kill Jewish. If you look for this street here, it's example that's to make a practice in this street, how if a Jewish came from this side, how you can came from that side to kill him, or to use the knife, or to throw the bomb. They choose special boys because if anyone, the police catch him, to know how to deal with the police, that he will not mention any names. There is special parts for each kind of work. There is a part make boys strong heart, teach them in a way that the Jewish kill the Arab and they steal our land. There is another part who show them how to prepare it. It's my part. Second part, there is a special people they choose which kind of boys they can cover this kind of work. So for each part there is a special people who do it, and they are professional.
The life in Israel, it's not regular life. You can go in the streets and you don't know exactly what will happen to you. Sometimes there is a tension between the Palestinians and the Israelis, and there are a lot of terrorist attacks. For example, bombing or suicide person with a bomb on themselves, that they are blowing themselves wherever there is more people, that they can make more injuries. So the life is teaching you that the Arab and the Palestinians are your enemy, and you cannot trust them.
The Jewish, whatever, they are Jewish, and the Arab, whatever, they are Arab. So the hatred is not from now, it's from a long time. It's building up from both sides, from the Arab and from the Jewish. But from my part, I saw them do terrible things, and I saw them that's how they steal the land, how steal the house.
I didn't steal their country, they stole my country. At 48, it was the declaration of the Israel in the United Nations.
לפיכך היא מדינת ישראל.
Had a very small land that was given to Israel without Arabs inside. Then the Arabs thought, Oh, they have small land, let's take it. We have power, they are weak. So they tried to fight against us and they tried to take the land from us. So when they did it, they opened the door to us for fighting with them, and the one who's gonna win have all the property. So we won the war, even that we was fighting against a lot of other nations.
In 48, in the time of the war, my family, my parents was living in the West Bank in the village, they call it Jifna. And they came to the old city Jerusalem in 62, and they are living in this room with my parents, and I have 3 sisters. I born in 12 May 63, and I was living with my sisters. And after 8 years, my father had heart attack, and I was 8 years, and I was playing with him, jumping on his leg, and suddenly it changed everything in his body, and he died. So my parents, my mother and my aunt start blaming me for his dying because I am the reason. When I was 10 years old, I can remember one thing. I had a friend living here. His father have a small room here, and he was blind, he don't see good, and his father repairing books. And we go under the table, and first cigarette we smoke it's under the table. Many times when we go in to smoke, he say, I smell something, and we try to find many reasons that he don't smell it good. And we lie on him many times. And this friend was so important in my life because we continue living together, and we continue walk in the terrible ways. After smoking, we use alcohol and we use drugs together, and he is important in my life.
I born the night of 63. I raised by parents that I didn't show, I didn't felt love from them. What I felt is only beating from my father every day on a daily basis. I got punches. Sometimes I was awake by punches in the face. And I grew to believe that the power is what counts, the power of muscles. So from very early age, I tried to beat people, try to humiliate people, and I felt strong from it. And I was easy involved in the criminal world. So I started to use drugs like heroin, cocaine, and I was football player of the Israeli national team, so I cannot continue played. Lot of time I was involved with a war between gangs in weapons. A lot of time I was in jail. A lot of times I was stabbing knives into persons. It seems to me that what was important for me is power. Power that people will show me as a frightening person.
During the years, I used to live with the unknown. Many times I never knew if he will be back home, if he will be back at all, if he's alive or not. Many times the police was involved, and There were nights of nightmares and many tears, which I was crying and seeking for the Lord and asked Him for a miracle. And I knew that deep in His heart He wanted to be different. I knew that deep in His heart He suffered from this situation, and He didn't like to live like this, and He really wanted to be normal. I knew He loved me and the kids, but it was stronger than Him. He preferred the drugs. It was His first love.
I don't believe.
Raja, I know him from the drugs. He was used drugs with me all the time. He don't remember nothing, just heroin, that's all. He wasn't smoke hash and, easy drugs. He go to the heavy drugs.
When he takes the drugs, he don't think about the family, just for him, for himself. Not work, not have the money. I born after 2 twins, and he think just for drugs. I told him every time, go to work, because the money. But he said, okay, but he don't work. Every time sleep. When he go to sleep, I saw him take the drugs. But I don't speak about with my family and his mother, I don't speak.
After 10 years using drugs, I came to the point that it's too much to me. I have 6 kids, and I was so tired because it was not easy to find a money or a work to feed our family or to bring. I have twins and I need a lot of milk for them. There is no money, there is no work, and also I need every day about $50 to use drugs. And there is no money, there is no work. And sometimes I was so afraid to be in jail. I met Dutch group came to the old city working volunteers, and I met them because they came work volunteers and they are professional with everything, but there is no electrician with them, so they are looking for someone who can work electricity with them. And one day I was working in her house, in her roof, and she was praying for me downstairs, and I came down and I say to her, how I can be like you, in peace, in quietness. So she said to me, if you want, come tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock to the Jerusalem church. Second day I go there and I give my life to Jesus. Then we hear about a center in Haifa. They call it in Hebrew Beit Nitzachon, House of Victory. These centers, it's mixed center, Arab and Jewish together. To me, there is no way to be in this kind of centers, because we hate the Jewish. They are our enemy.
I needed more money, so I steal again. Went to a friend of mine that is huge criminal, and because of the drugs I stole from him. And what's happened that people that was my friend, also criminals, told me that he already arranged weapons to kill me. So I decided to kill him first.
You got crazy or what? You can't leave the house just like this. And we were talking about the situation, and my son was laying on the couch. He was sleeping himself, and he said, I have to go. And I said, no, you're not going. Ask the Lord to help you. And then he said, what do you want? Who do you want me to ask help from? And then our child said, he was sleeping. He was totally sleeping. And Danny just asked that question, who will help me? And my son said, the Son of the Lord. He was sleeping and he kept sleep. And we were both, shocked.
I was so shocked, I didn't know what to do. My flesh wanted to kill him because I was afraid. I had to make a choice. What I'm gonna do. To kill or to serve.
And he said, okay, I leave everything. I give myself to the Lord, and I just believe that He will help me, and that nothing happened, and I'm not leaving the house, and I'm going to the house of victory, and what will be, will be.
مرحبا كيف حالك أمير؟ وين الماما؟ ممكن أتكلم معها؟
This is the House of Victory. In Hebrew, it's called Beit Nitzachon. We've had many guys who have come right off the street, homeless, men who've come from prison, some who've come from wonderful families, but all of them have one thing in common, that the power of drugs is destroying their lives. And men who need to be set free from their addiction of heroin or alcohol. I was here the day that Raja came, and I remember later he would tell me that he was afraid to come here because he had never lived outside of Jerusalem, and he had never lived in a place where there were Jewish people living. And he had many fears and thoughts of maybe being beaten up and stabbed, or I don't know, just numerous fears that were on his thoughts.
I found it strange to live with them or to be in the same room. I have in my room 3 Jewish, 1 Arab and 3 Jewish in one room, in a place that I don't know where I am, what I am doing here. I know just I want to be clean.
Danny, when Danny Musaf came to the house, he was the type of guy that everyone liked right off. You wonder why a guy like Danny Musaf, if you met him on the street, you would never think that he was a heroin addict, that he had such a troubled past. But he came here with an understanding of the Word of God. His wife was a woman of God, a prayer warrior, and I believe that her faith and her prayers were changing the life of Danny Musaf. And when Danny came here, he began to take his eyes off of himself, and he began to realize the gift that he had within himself, and that gift was to help other people. And I can remember Danny reaching out to the other men, trying to help them and to encourage them and to pray with them. He was always sitting, talking with someone. When Raja came, he expressed the gift of hospitality and really reached out to him in love.
I was already here 3 months when he came here. So when Raja came here, I saw the frightening eyes. I saw the fear, the unconfidence, and the Lord touched me. And I have enough mercy for him that I wanted to help him. I didn't know if I will succeed. I was suspicious also, because the guy came saying that he support terrorists. You never know what is going on, what can be here. but we cannot look at the vessel. We have to look inside the vessel and to see what is the real heart of the person. And we start to have a relationship between us. It was hard in the beginning. I asked him, hey, you want help? You want me to bring you a tea for your bed? Because he was suffering in the first few days. He didn't want anything. He just wanted to be alone. His attitude was that he cannot show that he needs us. He can do it by himself.
You see, now we have a beautiful face, but in the time when I came here with a bear with Arab kufiya, and he was looking strange to me. I don't like his way, how he looked to me, and
I have to tell you something about Raja. Raja came here, and his first words was, I am not like the Arab in Haifa. I am Arab from East Jerusalem. I don't like Arafat. I like George Habash. This is a terrorist, a well-known terrorist. And because he said that to the one who is a manager here, he put him with me together. That he want to see how the Lord will deal with both of us. And he came inside. He was 3 days walking in his back to the wall because he didn't have enough confidence until I think it was me, Raja. I prayed for you.
yes,
Until I asked him if he want to pray. And I saw the shock on his eyes because Jewish people will pray for Arab people.
I remember that I carry a knife when I was in the bed because I was so afraid. And I was so tired, 3 days pain from my body from the drugs and without sleeping. So I was just in the end, and just he came in the time that I can't move my hand even. And he asked me, can I pray for you? And then he prayed for me, and I have complete rest in that day. And later, the relationship started growing slowly.
A misconception that Danny had towards Arabs began to be melted when he saw just this wonderful man in Raja who had the same problems that Danny had. Danny has children and a wife and financial problems. Raja had the same situations, the same problems. And as they began to talk about it, they began to realize, this guy's no different from me. He was just born into a different family with a different bloodline.
I can see the young boys who I teach them, they still do it. You know, this is the pain that's still in my heart, but I pray that God will prove himself to these people, that they will be released from this kind of work or this kind of things, because it's terrible what I am doing before, and I feel ashamed from it even, but it's happened. And I ask forgiveness from God, and I ask forgiveness that he will take it from me. So I need to pray more and more that this kind of people or this kind of boys who I teach them this kind of things, that they will change.
I saw Raja having a touch from the Lord also, and I asked myself, is it possible? Arab man will have the same spirit like me? How can it be? And I realized that the Lord doesn't care if you are Arab, Jew, Gentile, or whatever. He cares about your heart. And if you have an open heart to listen to Him and real willing to do whatever He wants from you, He's going to change you and make you a different person. I hate Arabs, And now I love Arabs. I cannot explain it in one word. It only came from the Lord. But I know that it's a fact. They should stay here and being real brothers and sisters to us, the Jewish people.
The most important example is that Danny is a Jewish and I love him so much. He is a brother to me. We lived together for 9 months and it's not 1 2 days. 9 months is too much to me to be in a Jewish atmosphere, in a Jewish place. It's new things to me, but God do it. I hug him many times.
Hallelujah.
I love you. One day you will see many Jewish and many Arabs like this.